reality results from the equidistance line. As we have shown in our written pleadings, there is none. There is thus no reason to depart from or adjust the equidistance line. In Somalia's view, the equidistance line is the equitable solution that the law requires. Kenya, of course, would have it differently. It urges the court to depart from the approach followed in every recent maritime delimitation case by adopting as the boundary a line that follows a parallel of latitude rather than an equidistance line. Kenya's main argument is that Somalia has acquiesced in such a line. Madam President, Somalia has never agreed or acquiesced that the boundary should follow a parallel of latitude. Our council today will elaborate on what Somalia definitively showed in its written pleadings. Maritime boundaries cannot, as a matter of law, be established through acquiescence. But even if this were possible under the law, it could not be the case here because the facts demonstrate that Somalia never acquiesced to Kenya's unilateral claim that the boundary was the parallel of latitude. Kenya's argument that the court should adopt the parallel of latitude as the boundary, even if Somalia never acquiesced in such a line, to reach this conclusion, Kenya would have the court dispense with the three-step method. Instead of that standard method, Kenya, in its own words, asks the court to apply a code parallel of latitude delimitation methodology, end quote. This is not a methodology that has ever been recognized, let alone applied by the court or by any other international court or arbitral tribunal. We cannot help but believe that it has been invented by Kenya, it is made in Kenya for the sole purpose of justifying its claim. It's an obvious contrivance that puts the cart before the horse. It presupposes Kenya's desired outcome, and it is highly prejudicial to Somalia. As such, it fails to produce an equitable solution as the law requires. Madam President, Kenya has not only claimed an extensive maritime area on Somalia's side of the equidistance line, but has also sought to exploit it. In particular, Kenya has authorized exploration activities, including seismic testing and drilling a well in the maritime zone claimed by Somalia. Somalia considers that these activities in a disputed area violate UNCLOS and customary international law. In its written pleadings, Somalia called for full reparation, including compensation for these violations. But we have come before this court in a spirit of peace and goodwill, seeking neither vengeance nor retribution. In this spirit, we have decided not to insist on compensation for past violations of our maritime rights. Madam President, members of the court, it is now my honor to lay out the organization of Somalia's presentations. Following me to the podium